here we go, man. What's the deal, man?
Back at it,
bro.
We back at it,
bro. You just had me listen to 8 tracks, bro. 8.
Actually, the whole album just now.
The whole album, man. It's 8 tracks of heat, man. You know, just 8 tracks of nothing but
11
heat.
Actually, 11 total, man.
11.
Like, you see how we just vibing on those 8 tracks? I was just like, well, fuck it, let's go ahead and keep it going.
Bro, it was smooth selling, man. Let's start out with the first track, man. You know what I'm saying? A slow motion. Man,
slow motion.
Yeah, I really like that, man. Can you describe the creative process behind that track? You know, what inspired you to make it, right? You know, what got you into that zone? Because I really like it. It was mellow, right? You had a lot of captivating lyrics. What inspired you to make the slow motion, and why was that your first track on your CD?
Yeah. Shout out GC54 and my co-worker at the beginning of the track and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, the process of that one, that was when I recorded that a little while back, and I was just wanted to try out a different sound.
Right.
So when I was up at mid-range with my engineer DA, I remember I did a couple of songs where I just did more of that harmonizing and just you know, up-tempo stuff. It was just something I was really trying out at first. And I did slow motion. I had the snippet then.
Yeah.
I did slow motion, and then I did Trick and Charlie that same night. And I remember the songs were so good that DA, like there was a couple people in the other studio. That nigga was like, hold on a second, Chuck, I'll be back. And then all of a sudden, he brought a couple people in, and he just started playing Trick and Charlie, and everybody in there just like, ooh yeah, and they loved it. So,
right,
and then even you know, Studio E, you know, shout out Studio E, and he even told me straight up, he was like, shoot, you make about 3 more songs like that, you know, this might be your lane right there. So
I like it.
So that's kind of how slow motion came up, you know what I'm saying? And just that way the song go, I was just like, this sound like something I can hear in the strip club and stuff.
Yeah, that's what remind me of.
Yeah, and then it's like all the songs I started playing first was all ladies, so the ladies love it.
Come
you
on.
know, they like it, I love it.
Hey, preach. Hey, look, before we go into the next question, you know, next question is going to be about the second song, but I wanted to ask you real fast, who is Slicky C?
Man, Slicky C,
yeah.
He's like, it's like more of a not like a softer person, but more where he's more catering.
Yeah.
Like he wants to serve the ladies.
I like that.
And also, you know, put the fellas up on game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because the experiences I had in my life, you know, I feel like a lot of people can relate to it, you know what I'm saying? I think you even said that in a couple of songs.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what Slicky C is. It's like, it's me, but it's me, you know, catering more to the ladies, you know what I'm saying?
Right. I like it. So, you know, you got the second track, right? You know, She Pulled Up On Me, man.
She pulled up on me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she pulled up on me.
So let me ask you, man, what do you want the listeners to feel like when they hear that particular track?
Well, on the first, I ain't gonna lie, based off of, you know, me just out here, you know, putting the footwork, just letting people hear it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
From what I was hearing from most of the ladies, it's more like, hey, like as soon as that boy come on, like they just want to dance to it, you know what I'm saying? Make them want to go see they dude or you know their partner in general, you know what I'm saying? Make you want to pull up on them, and from a fella's perspective, you know, I just want to be like, you know, not every chick be pulling up on you, you know what I'm saying?
That's facts.
You know, a lot of chicks don't be having that transportation, you know what I'm saying? And Uber is expensive, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Especially they want that Uber black, you know what I mean? You know, it's like, it's cool that, you know, you got a chick that's able to come up on, you know, pull up on you for real.
Yeah.
And a lot of my, you know, shout out to my players, you know, they definitely relate to that song. A lot of them be like, yeah, nigga, this shit hard. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, let me ask you this though. Like, it's such a good song, man. If you could like expand the story or expand the elements of that song, I mean, like, what would you add to it, like, to make it better than it already is?
Well, definitely shout out BP 808 on that song, on that beat. I've been
Yeah,
working with him lately ever since A Summer to Remember with me, Nico, and Robbie Max. And I guess I would say, outside of it being clean,
yeah.
if I had another verse or something like that, it'd just probably be more, probably like more fucking, kind of more to the point. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, more, yeah, more
Yeah, it'd
sexualized.
just be a little bit more sexualized.
Yeah,
Because the song is more like, she pulled up on me, you know what I'm saying? And we having a good time, and
yeah.
we might not watch the whole movie because we might be getting it in, or we just fall asleep on the movie.
That's normally what happens.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? When you just booed up and you just feeling good, you know what I'm saying? The
yeah.
Cupcake Factory,
Come
everything
on.
in production. So you just want to, you just chilling. Your lady friend pulled up on you. Ladies, when that guy pull up on you, you know how it is. You know
Yeah,
how we want to be catered.
of
You know what I'm
course.
saying? It goes both ways. So
Goes both
you know
ways.
what's up when she pulled up on me.
Yeah, it's highly relatable to both men and women, you know.
Most definitely.
I like that. So we're gonna switch, right? So so the third track is Nasty Time with Miss
Mr. Nasty
Angel.
Time.
Yeah, yeah. Hey man, tell me about the collab with Miss Angel herself, man, because I'm a big fan, right?
Hell yeah.
Just tell me like how did y'all make that, man? How did you perceive Nasty Time? I'm a listener listening to it, right? And it's dope, right? I love the
Yeah.
lyrics, man. So like how did y'all make that, man? What were the dynamics? Because it's a good combination, man. I like how y'all flow together, man.
Hell yeah. Shout out Heavenly Angel, man. That's been the homie for years. Like when I first started going out to shows and different sides of the city and stuff like that, it was her, Scario, a few others, man. They always did their thing with Gritter Music. So that's how I met her from
Yeah.
way back in the day and stuff like that. And like also shout out Mo Beats too. That's one of the few female producers I actually work with and collab with. She also did the song Wet Wet, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to Mo Beats as well. But the way that song came together, um, I listened to the beat and I just felt like it just sounded like something where, I just want to get nasty with a chick, you feel me? It's like shit, we get in here, we get in there, you know what I'm saying? Wait for the
Yeah.
kids to sleep, or you know what I'm
Yeah, the
saying?
kids don't sleep. It's on.
Public, it don't matter, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Behind closed doors or on the balcony,
Oh, damn, the whole story.
shower, you
Wow.
know what I'm saying? In the tub, or shit, just like on the counter, you know what I'm saying? Just lift that leg up one
Yeah.
time, you feel me? You know what I'm
I like
saying?
that.
Or on the toilet, man. Everybody,
Yeah.
shit. I don't know about you, nigga. Some of these hoes back in the day, man, just sit around the toilet and stuff like that. When you at the homie's crib and shit, you gotta have that,
Sure.
you gotta have that stiff back on that motherfucker.
Oh,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Otherwise, you're gonna be banging all that shit on the side, and be
Oh,
like, ding, ding,
yeah.
ding. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, so
It go down in the
so
restroom.
yeah, so nasty time, that's just like, just anywhere, you know what I'm saying? It's on site. The
Oh,
good on site,
the good on site.
The good on site. When you
Yeah.
see me, you just like, what's up? How you doing? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And with Heavenly Angel, like I wrote the song already and did the hook. And usually what I do with my features is I always have the song done first and then send that empty slot to see if they're interested so they can hear themselves on it. You know?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because I sent this song to a couple of people at first and stuff, and sometimes I ain't gonna lie, I had a lot of music on the shelf. This is definitely one of them and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when I finally actually, because I've been pushing more music now, so it's like when I finally had this stuff ready now, that's when I'm actually reaching out to people like, hey, you trying to get on here? And we in the studio like ASAP now, you know what I'm saying?
ASAP.
And she came in ready, all that stuff, paperwork done before the song even dropped.
Oh
You feel
man,
me?
she was about her business.
Most definitely, just like
Yeah.
me. So I felt it on that. And she's also going to be on my next season of Dose of Underground, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she'll definitely be on there as well. And it's more behind the scenes about it. It's really dope, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Dope was my pedal, I'll make you my son.
Yeah, that was a bar right there. One of my favorites right
Definitely.
there. She went crazy on that.
Definitely.
She went crazy. We're going to switch, though. You know what I'm saying? We're going to switch to, you know, the fourth album on this track, right? The fourth song, right? Come Home by Fly Bishop, right?
Baby, come on.
Yeah. So that was a kind of different vibe to me, you know, like for real, it's real different, man. So let me ask you this, man. Like, what was the, like, emotional response to Come Home? Like, what were you, like, aiming at when you made that song? Because it's kind of different from the others. Like, it had more of an emotional appeal to it. What was that song like when, first of all, what was it like collabing with Fly Bishop? Because, you know, he's one of my clients and I worked with him for many years. And just to hear y'all two on a track together, it sounded beautiful, man. Like, it was a good song. The beat was nice and the flow was nice. The cadence of the flow, right? The tone of voice, it was just beautiful, man. Like, what did you get? What were y'all aiming for when y'all made it? Because it came out so crispy.
Hell yeah. I appreciate that too, man. Shout out to Fly Bishop on that track. Like, how that song came up was literally on some real life shit. Like, literally those first 4 bars was like some real shit that literally happened while we was collabing and writing together.
Damn, okay. Yeah, that's right. So okay.
When I had the home studio, that's when I used to have everybody come over and everything like that. And he came over and he had some beats, so we was listening to some of the beats. He had some dope ass beats. I still got them too. And he had some dope ass beats, and then I was like, let me play a couple of my beats real quick. Played him some of the beats, and you know, that's when, you know, when my lady fans was blowing up my phone, just OD,
man, dude,
like straight OD, just What are you doing? Where you at? Like, motherfucker, I'm doing some music right now, and he was freestyling and all that stuff, and then next thing you know, that beat was playing, and once I got off the phone, it was like, fuck, why you always nagging on me, blowing up my phone like 9/11? You the only one I'm messing with inside of you, I'm inside of heaven. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was saying some other crazy shit, so I kind of toned it down when I actually wrote it.
Okay.
That's why it came out like that.
Okay.
Have more wordplay and stuff, you know what I'm saying? No beef, unless we talk about beef on the bun. Gates! Just, you know, just some stuff like that.
Right. Would you say that song represented some of your personality coming out of it? Like,
Definitely. And Fly was on his, like, as soon as he heard my verse, he just went ahead and did his thing on the hook right then and there and killed it. So.
Okay, I like it. So we gonna make a switch, man. You got some heat on it. Man, this is a heat album and you got a lot of features, right?
Yes.
You got a lot of features, men and women, you know. You can't talk about female rappers without talking about the body, right? Hey. You know what I'm saying? You got a song called Chanel Bag.
Yes.
Yeah, Chanel Bag. So, like, you know, that song to me, it represented luxury, right? It represented, like, confidence. Like, I mean, tell me, what does the listener, like, I'm listening to it, you know, I took away, like, hey, man, I feel good when I listen. I feel like a boss when I'm listening to it.
Yeah.
To the average listener listening to it, playing it, what do you feel like they will take away from that song? And what was it like working with Body, man? Because I'm a big fan of hers.
Hell yeah. Shout out Body, the artist, always doing her thing. I think he out in Texas, I think, right now, doing some shows out there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She don't stay in one place, you know what I'm saying?
I like that.
True. Shout out Body. It was dope working with her because it's crazy how that came together, actually, because this is another song that was kind of on the show for a little while.
Yeah.
And what had happened was I was supposed to perform at one of her events, and it was like, I don't know, it was like a pool party, but it looked like it was in a mansion and shit like that. It looked like something Mike Tyson would have owned or something like that.
That's
and
tight.
Honestly, my high ass, I got out there maybe a little bit after it started and stuff. When I got out there, the gate was closed and there was nobody at the gate. And I figured I got there too late, so I just let her know my bad, and I rolled out and stuff. She was like, "Oh, you could have just opened the gate." That was like, why the fuck didn't I think of that?
Damn, it be that easy sometimes.
Easy access right inside the party.
Easy, yeah. Damn.
You know, so I messed up on that, and I was just like, oh, you ain't gotta worry about, you know, I'm not tripping about, how, you know, can I pay for the show and all that stuff to do a performance and stuff. And I'm like, I ain't really tripping about that. If it's cool with you, you know what I'm saying? Can I just put that towards the a feature and stuff from you? And she was like, say less, and, you know, looked out for me on some stuff. So that's how that song came together. And then, like, concept-wise, it was just like, that's what I love about women. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How they carry themselves confident.
I love
You know what I'm saying? A grown-ass woman.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it's beautiful.
Good head on their shoulders. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
True. I feel like when a woman hears that, I hope that they feel good about themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, I feel like this is the type of music you could clean to or just exercise to, or like you might just be at the mall shopping or, you know, something. You know what I'm saying? You just hear that mug because you just feel good how you carry yourself. And I feel like that's what a lot of men would love about women, how you carry yourself.
Of course.
Being your peace. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you're there for them during the downside, the upside, you know what I'm saying? Be my Savannah James, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Be my Savannah James. Don't, you know, because, like, that's a good example when I think of, like, a strong black woman, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And just, I don't know if you ever watched The Starting Five on Netflix with LeBron James and a couple other superstars on there and stuff, but it's just, like, hearing her side of the story of how LeBron came up and stuff, because they've been together since high school.
High school, that's
you know
rare.
What I'm saying?
That's rare.
And she was always like, you know, even though he's out of town and stuff doing his thing and stuff like that, a lot of women be stressed about that type of stuff. Well, because it's like, damn, I'm doing this all by myself and everything like that. Most women would be like that and fall in fold.
Yeah.
And then after that, you're not the piece anymore. Now you stressing what he got to do and stuff like that. But every time he out of town doing what he got to do, being the best NBA player in the world, you know what I'm saying? She's not stressing him out. She know what she signed up for and stuff like that. When you're dating someone when you're with someone that's in that field of work or just someone doing their career in general.
Sure.
She don't stress about it. She's like, do your thing. I got it over here. Just do your thing.
Do your thing. Be the peace.
Be the peace.
I like that. That's feminine.
Make a man want to come home quick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just dropped 40. Yep. I'm tired. I'm ready to go home.
I like that. That's real peace. That's real peace. So, like, we're going to switch. I like that, though. You know, shouts out to Body the artist.
Most definitely.
Shouts out.
Bow, bow, bow.
So we're going to run it back, you know, so...
I'm going to catch a party bus, too, soon. 2025, I'm definitely making to the party bus. I'm coming up there with nothing but ones and Cash App.
Oh, yeah. So I want to talk about the next track, right? You got a song called "Run From You" by Jinx McFly. You know,
shout out worldwide on that one too.
Yeah.
On the hook,
worldwide on the hook, right? What would you say the key message to that track is? You know, for real, like if you were somebody wanted to know about that track who didn't listen to it, right? What would you tell them that track would be like? How would it evoke somebody's emotion to listen to it just by you telling a person how that track is?
Heck yeah. Shout out to my peoples on that mug too. You know what I'm saying? That's I think the second track me and James McFly and collabed on ever since Homegrown. And then worldwide, that's my first time collabing with him too. And I met him on the same project that I ended up collabing with Jinx on for the first time. So shout out to my boy A to the Mo. Internet friends, you know what I'm saying? How that song is, it's just like, you know, how I feel on that mug is like, you can be alone and peaceful, but it's lonely sometimes.
Man,
sometimes people just prefer the toxic just because at least you got someone looking out for you. You got someone always calling to check up on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel about that one.
Okay, yeah.
But at the same time, though, it's like when you find that right one, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to run from it. You're not going to run from responsibility. Like when you're like out there in the streets when you finally find the right one.
Yeah.
But it's hard to find the right one because you got trust issues because of what happened in your last relationship.
Facts. What would you rather prefer, chaos or peace?
A little bit of both. Just to keep the blood pumping, you know what I'm saying? Just to keep your heart rate up. Stay on your toes.
Stay on your toes, right. Don't want to get too boring.
Yeah.
A little bit of spice in it.
Look at Kanye and his wife. Man, I bet you they had the time of their life, man. That's some billionaire shit.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, he don't mind having this chick out just butt-ass naked.
That was dope. That was bull. I never seen anybody.
I ain't gonna lie. He been doing it for a minute now, so.
Right.
I was just like, shit.
Just freedom of expression, like.
Billionaire shit.
Yeah. She had a body, too. It's like,
man.
They couldn't really say anything.
Shout out to her surgeon.
I was like, I didn't complain.
And I ain't complaining either.
Right.
Killed it at the VMAs.
That's big facts. You know, let's go on to the next topic. Shouts out to Jinx, man. You know, y'all a song called All I Really Want.
Hey.
All I Really Want, man. How does that start off, man? Like, what's the first bar in that?
Man, you was my all. You put up with my bullshit. You put up with my habits. You put up with my side shit.
Damn, that's deep.
Man.
Oh, man.
Damn, growing pains. That's what I call it, growing pains.
Man. So they just putting up with that shit.
Yeah.
Not leaving, just putting
up with it.
All the toxic.
He gonna change eventually.
Oh, man. So, man, what would that make you?
Man, just a boy becoming a man.
Man, yeah.
Real talk.
So, let me ask you this, right? A lot of women and men can relate to that. Sometimes men go through that. You know, the girl's doing whatever the fuck she want, and guy still stays.
Still stay.
Right. Why do people still stay?
Man, to be honest with you, I feel like when it comes to guys, it's just like, you just don't want nobody fucking your chick. That's really what it is. That shit's so fire. You don't want it. Yeah. You can just put up with it.
Damn.
You can put up with the issues and stuff like that as long as she's just fucking you. And only you.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? You will put up with a lot of men and women. You will put up with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Over the sex game. And I'm not saying it's healthy.
Right.
I'm just being real about it, you know? Like, yeah. You just gotta think to yourself, like, when you about to leave, like, you really leave and then, like, see yourself, you know, you move on and stuff like that. Now somebody else is clapping them cheeks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't let it be someone you got some type of acquaintance with.
Yeah. Feel some type of way. Huh?
It can get a little awkward.
Yeah.
It can get a little weird.
Right.
And then imagine if you got children together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It can get really, it can get there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it gets ugly.
It can get ugly. Like, I've seen and heard people crashing out over one another over some stuff.
Sure,
and I ain't gonna lie, I watch a lot of Country Wayne too. Shout out Country Wayne. Some of the skits he be having, the storylines and stuff.
Pretty wild, huh?
Yeah, like Jay and Ernestine, you know what I'm saying? They got a kid together. Yeah. They separate, and they kind of been messing around with other people and stuff like that. But at least Jay is being honest with her, and like, I wanted my daughter to meet her. If she's cool, she's just a friend. They ain't mess with nothing, and mess around, nothing like that. They just been going to church together. Her, on the other hand, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's perfect, but her, on the other hand, don't keep it 100 that she done messed around with a couple people, and now, you know what I'm saying? You know what happens? You know what the old saying is? What happens in the dark eventually comes to the light.
Yeah, that's
now she looks like a hoe. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
She look like a hoe now because she been messing with some D-boy and stuff like that. The D-boy met the daughter and all that stuff, so he been tripping about that. And then another dude that she was messing with, he been hanging out with him low-key, and Jay didn't know that. So now he finally want to be honest in 2025, just like, hey, I'll just letting you know, man, I used to clap your wife's cheeks.
Damn.
So that's what I'm saying, man. Guys can always look like hoes, but when a woman does it, it's not a double standard. It just makes you look bad, for real, for real.
Right.
It's not cool, man. Sharing your energy with multiple bodies. It's like, yeah, like, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, you ever met this little chick, and it's just like, you did your thing, and all of a sudden she just get up like, all right, bye.
Oh, yeah, when I was younger.
Them type of girls,
yeah.
their soul's gone.
Soul's gone.
The soul's gone. They done been through well over 5 dudes by then, and it's just like, it's whatever now.
It's
like,
whatever.
You know what I'm saying? You
no
got
feeling.
Like, it's no feeling. It's just bye. Appreciate it. Just like a guy, got my nut off. I'm out.
No, I feel you. So let me switch, right? You know, and it's kind of gonna be relatable to that, right? Because
one more thing too. Shout out to my boy AKA on that mug too. He really did his thing on there, and that was another GC54 beat. I feel like went sidetracked like a motherfucker.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
But just know though, that song is really towards like, hey, this is all I really want. Like, you know what I'm saying? When the boy becomes a man, just know, like, some people got patience, some people don't, but it's growing pains. Ain't nobody's perfect.
No, nobody's
You know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect on that, you know?
Nobody's perfect, brother. You know, it's the mistakes that make us, right? We learn from it.
The lessons.
I'd rather take the lessons.
Straight up.
The lessons come to experience. With the experience comes the knowledge and the wisdom, right?
Straight up.
So now you can tell your story and then teach the other person not to do that shit. You know?
A lot of knowledge in this music.
A
lot of game.
A lot of storytelling. A lot of fun, too.
Yeah.
So, which leads me to, you know, some of your lyrics, right? You know, in one of these songs you're talking about throwing money in the strip club. And it sounded like one big party, right?
Yeah. I'm going to throw this money, baby. I'm going to throw this money.
Yeah, I like it. Like, man, tell me, like, how do you
all rent money.
All rent money. No, it's all good. Where I really like the fun side of your music because you can be real with it and it can be relatable to people, right? Like we were just talking about. You're highly relatable, but you have a gift where you can create fun music and you make people want to dance. And like I said, that strip club song was so bomb, bro. Like, man, what was the creative process of that, man? How do you come up with that, bro?
Honestly, that was just going to a couple of strip clubs. Like, sometimes I go to the strip club for therapy.
Ah, for real?
Yeah. Bars, strip clubs, therapy. Like, you ever had a bad day at work where you just want to crash out on somebody? And you just be like, you know, let me just leave before someone get hurt.
Right.
Like, I remember one time, it was one of them years at my gig, one of my jobs. Didn't get my bonus over some BS. And I just said, in the middle of my work, I was just like, I'm going to leave. I don't feel good.
Right.
Then I went straight to the strip club. I ain't talked about it or nothing like that, but you know how you get good customer service.
Yeah.
They made me want to talk about it. They made me comfortable talking about it without sounding like I'm bitching and complaining.
Without judgment.
And without judgment. Especially without judgment.
Without judgment. I like that. That's therapeutical.
So, you know, a couple of dances, a couple of shots later, I'm good now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm good. Great customer service. Great customer service. Or it don't even have to be a strip club, but that is kind of how that song came together, though, for real, with Trick and Charlie. Just being in the strip club, having a good time in there and stuff.
Well, like you said something very profound. It doesn't have to be a strip club, right? Because you make a lot of party songs that well represent the nightlife, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you out on the town. Yeah, it's like like party songs, man. So that's one of the best things I like about your music because it has a nightlife type of vibe where you can play it at a party, right? Or you can play it down the street. And people are gonna be like, what the fuck is that? You know, they're gonna start bobbing their head, right?
Straight up.
You know, so do you feel like the nightlife reflects your personality, your persona? You seem real laid back, but do you got like a wild side that comes out like in your music? Because in your music, you got this Slicky C, right? You got multiple different dimensions of yourself, man.
Yeah.
Right? And I, I want to know, like, do these dimensions of personality just come out frequently? You know, because I hear so many different dimensions of your personality through your music. How do you manage it?
Oh yeah, well, it's more like, just me being a outgoing guy. I always
Okay.
like to talk and network, so get that a lot from YouTube when we first started kicking it and
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
And you
yeah,
speak to everybody, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Just like
Yeah.
when you see me in the spots, if I'm performing, I like to get up there 30 minutes to an hour early, or like as soon as the spot opens and stuff like that, introduce myself to a lot of people. Because a lot of these shows, a lot of people come out to see a specific person and they dip.
Yeah, they dip. Yeah.
But a lot of people, sometimes, it's a good, high percentage. If you introduce yourself, you make a good impression of yourself, they might stay around. You know what? I think he about to perform soon. Let me stay around and see what this nigga talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real
He was
though.
cool peoples, you know?
Yeah.
Stuff like
That's
that
impression.
happens. Now, it's not always guaranteed, especially if you're like second to last to perform.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might just go ahead and have a business card on you. Check out my music sometimes, man. I know you gotta go. Shit.
It's
People got
worth it.
life.
Right, people got life, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta hit them with some type of marketing, you know. The business cards are very imperative.
Straight up.
Let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this, like, from the album we're talking about right now, you know, we was talking about collabs. You collab with so many different people, right? And you got love for so many different people, you know, like
Yeah,
for real.
yeah.
A lot of people respect you. So let me ask you this, like, who haven't you collab with? And if you could collab with anybody in Kansas City or just anybody in the world, right? Anybody famous, whoever. I mean, who would Dose of T.H.A collab with? Who would Slicky collab with, right?
Man, like if it was just like, celebrity wise and stuff like that, it'd either be Juicy J,
Yeah.
Riff Raff, Rick Ross,
Oh, yeah.
and Central C. Yeah, that dude is dope. That's one of the best albums I heard this year so far too. Central C. He a London nigga. That nigga go though.
Right.
Dope ass white boy. He dope. KC wise, man, I feel like I collab with the majority of the people I wanted to collab with, but I always love collabing with new people and stuff like that. Like off the top of my head,
Yeah.
I feel like I collab with a lot of people I already collab with.
Yeah,
There's
you
more people.
collab with
There's
a
more
lot.
people I would like to collab with again. More
Okay,
than
okay,
anything, to be
yeah.
honest with you,
It's a
and
better
then it's like
question.
on my I know I got this project out, but I know I've been sitting on a lot of music, especially with last year just dropping 2 songs. So
Right.
I got a lot of the collabs I wanted to collab with are gonna be some of it's on this album coming out,
Okay.
and then the the EP I previewed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some of those songs, so you already know who on those, and then a couple more songs I want to collab with how about the people I've collabed with so far that ain't out yet right now? Like, shout out to my boy James Metanoia, man.
Okay.
Met him on tour. A lot of people I toured with, I got music with them. So those were the people I really wanted to collab with more than ever because it was like it was a brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that can't repeat itself. It was like that was like my Hard Knock Life tour. You know what I'm saying? Or that was like my Up in Smoke tour and stuff like that. And it was just so positive. Shout out. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody that was there for that, when we was on tour. So a lot of the people I got to collab with already, from Cash Cam, Real as Ever, Rat Dog Killer, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people. Rush the Visionary, that's my homie right there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then even some voiceovers and stuff like that. I got Brittany on a voiceover, so you know what I'm saying? It was cool collabing with her after shooting the scene.
Yeah.
So, Troublesome coming out soon, you know what I'm
Troublesome
saying?
coming out soon, tap in.
No spoilers, but definitely gonna be a sex scene.
Hey, come on.
Right, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Definitely getting it.
Well, I'll be watching that. I'm gonna have my lotion on standby.
Man, pause.
Well, let's switch the topic though. So, ideally, right, you have a lot of catchy hooks in your music, right? And I want to demonstrate one that I like, you know, that's pretty catchy to me. Like, I'm staying on my player shit. All my ladies loving it. I'm staying on my player shit. All my haters
suck a dick.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, man, I really like the rhymes in your hooks. You know, as a songwriter, right? As a writer, you are multi-talented. What dimensions of reality do you got to go into to create this type of, you know, like this flow, man? That is tight. Where do you come up with these hooks, man? What type of vibe, what type of flow state do you got to get in to create these hooks?
Man, I just got to just hear the beat for real, and just be feeling myself, and it kind of just flows out like that. But I do a lot of writing, too.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I don't even know what the beat is. It's like, if it's stuck in my head, I kind of write it right then and there.
Yeah.
And then I might use it eventually down the line. So, like, keep it player. Yeah, I kind of had that already written.
Oh, that's dope.
And then I just heard that beat, and I remember the dude that made the beat for that mug. Shout out to my boy Young Chin, because he's on a couple of beats, too, on the album, by the way, too.
Okay.
He did Run From You. Yeah,
okay.
He did Run From You on that mug. So I just remember hearing that beat from him and just doing something to that mug. I was really just on some player shit on that mug. Why you want to hate on me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck your bitch low key.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that was smooth. I like that.
Boy into a man.
Right.
Remember when we shot the video for that mug?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Shout out to everybody that was in that mug, man. We was lit. We did the scene in the parking lot, and then we was just at the club, and it was just our homegirls out there.
Right.
It
was lit.
They were lit, we was lit, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, that mug was dope.
Good times.
That's definitely good times.
Good fucking times, man. Like,
most definitely.
Fun people.
Hell yeah.
Man.
That's kind of like how that came together, though, for the most part. Just on some player shit, just that cocky and confidence, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you done shot a lot of music videos, right? And in some of your music videos, there's a little bit of storytelling in it, right? You know, like for instance, the K.H.A, you had K.H.A the model in there, you know.
Oh yeah, K.H.A, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my homegirl on that one. That was type of night.
Yeah. There was like some storytelling in there, you know. You had her out to eat and walking down the street with her.
Just having a whole good time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was dope.
Started the day off like a date, still at the end of the night, like, hey, what's up?
Yeah,
you know?
I like that. Can you tell me, like, when putting music videos together, right? You know, of course, you know, you collab with videographers and you have a photographer, legendary photographer, Matthew, right?
2,000 watts.
Come on, shout out to that,
Mr.
man.
2,000 watts photos. Make sure you follow.
Yeah, man. It's a genius.
And my brother.
Come on, brother, from another
man. You got a studio and everything, man. Yeah. Like, y'all collabs together be so dope too. I wish.
Yeah, man. With this powerful team that you have, man, and dedicated, we've been working with you for years, man. You know, tell everybody how important the art of storytelling is, because we literally, like, when you go in the club, we literally just follow you around and you just interact, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you interact with people, you talk. Your camera awareness it's hella strong. You know, camera presence. So it's almost like you walk in with a photographer and a videographer, and it actually demands presence.
Yeah. It makes you want to be seen, you know what I'm saying? When there's not enough eyes on you and you got your team with you, you're seen right then and there. So everybody gonna see it follows, you know?
Yeah.
Just bringing you that presence too.
Yeah.
Not coming in there like, you know, a peasant. You coming in there like a king.
A king.
When a woman comes in, she coming in there like a queen, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially how she carry herself like a Chanel bag, you feel me?
Chanel bag. Hey, come on.
Straight up. But I ain't gonna lie, team-wise, like, it's a funny story with Type of Night. Like, I don't know if I remember telling you about that, but
yeah. Shout
out to my boy Ray C. You know, we was all out there, and he did the daytime part. And when we shot that mug, I was thinking to myself, this is cool right here, it's done. And then I was really thinking to myself, like, we need to shoot some more, because The song is called Type of Night, and everything shot in the daytime.
Everything shot in the day, yeah. No, that's facts.
That's one of the first videos I'd ever done for real, where
Yeah.
I had to take it took more than one day to shoot.
Yeah.
And luckily, you know, Kay was always on some cool shit and stuff. She actually had a different hairstyle outfit, so that even made it look better for the video, which is different outfits, different colors and stuff like that, a different vibe and everything like that, a different spot and stuff like that, you know. So shout out to Martini Corner out there, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
No issues down there to shot the video. I always talk to the owner, you know, a gym for everybody. If y'all want to shoot in spots like that, always talk to the owner first before you start doing that. And before you talk business, spend some money in there too. Get a couple of drinks and stuff like that. Get something to eat in there, you know what I'm saying? Support them local businesses.
And sir, support.
You know what I'm saying? But that's how that came together with the with more of a story.
Yeah.
Because the night scene, daytime Ray C shot it, nighttime 2000 Watts shot it.
Yeah.
That was more of like his directorial debut too.
Oh, okay,
Doing the night scenes and stuff like that. So we definitely had a good time with that. And I thought the video came out a lot better too. Cause I remember I think I sent you the daytime stuff. And then I was like, hold on a second, don't start editing. Yeah, I'm gonna send some more shit.
Yeah, you sent a hell of shit. I'm like, hey, the more the better.
Yeah.
I like it.
Shout out GRY on there, you know what I'm saying? Free my nigga GRY wherever you are, man. Wherever you are.
Wherever you are, free him, free this man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what I want to talk about next is, you know, you make good music, right? Like, how did your personal experience shape and portray the music that you make, right? Because we talked on a personal level, right? You tell me some things, right? How has that shaped your music and your experiences that you went through in life? And what was your most personal song that you ever made?
Okay. Definitely, like, personal-wise, I feel like that was not enough eyes on me, being more on my personal side. Definitely. And of course, I show more of my personal side, you know, on certain songs and stuff like that as well. And I feel like you hear more of a personal side, but I'm not, like, trying to bash nobody. Like, you know, I'm not trying to, you know, degrade nobody or anything like that. It's just letting you know how I feel about things, and, you know, I feel like how most men would want to be treated by a woman and stuff like that. So that's more of my personal side on there. And when I can't think of a personal song, one of the most personal songs I ever made is definitely Mama, I'm Sorry. Yeah. That's number one. Number two would definitely be Crazy.
Oh, wait a minute. Can you elaborate Mama, I'm Sorry? What does that mean?
Man, just Mama, I'm Sorry, like, you know, like, I'm not perfect and stuff like that, and people don't understand, like, when you're in trouble or you do something wrong and stuff like that, you know, you represent your mother, you represent your father, you know what I'm saying, you represent your children, like, these are the, like, your kids look up to you and stuff like that, you know, and you look up to your parents and stuff like that, you want to make your parents proud, so I just feel like there's things I think I could have did better, made some more better choices in my life. And I ain't gonna lie, that was a time in my life. I feel like that was really like what people my music. I ain't gonna front because there's not enough eyes on me. That is definitely. Sometimes I feel like that's why it took me so long to drop an album now too, because that came out in 2022. It's 2025. Like, you know. I'm not trying to make an album that's gonna be better than that. That to me, that's just it's set in stone.
Yeah.
At the time of my life, you know what I'm saying. This one now is more like I said, I just want to get back to having fun, and while having fun, I want to cater more, you know, to ladies on this one before, you know, get back on that Dose of T.H.A. shit. You know what I'm saying? You a son assassin.
Yeah.
Where I really get on some other shit.
I like the switch up though.
Yeah.
You know, the change is good.
Also, song that ain't dropped yet. The song I played to you earlier. That's gonna be on the next EP with me and Brent Docious. That's definitely one of my serious songs too.
Man.
Yeah.
When it comes to you and Brent Docious, y'all make a perfect collaboration.
I think that's our first serious song though together. We make a lot of club songs.
Y'all make a lot of club songs.
This is definitely our most serious song together. Definitely.
What was that like, making a serious song with Brent Docious?
Honestly, I love the beat, and I didn't have everything written to it yet, but I had a concept of an idea. Yeah, wink, wink. I had a concept of an idea on that mug, so I had ideas, and I just told him about it. And next thing you know, he just came in the studio, and he already had it right then and there. And I think that was one of the first times, too, my engineer actually met him, too. My engineer, yeah, that was one of the first times I think they met each other, too. I remember he was like, "Damn, the nigga sound just exactly how he be rapping." Like, that's what's up.
I think that's so dope, though. Right?
I came in there, killed that shit, and I didn't start writing to it until maybe a couple weeks, a month or so. I just chill. Sometimes I just sit on songs, you know?
Yeah.
Till I finally find that song, and then you hear it's 8 bars, but you hear every bar just means something, you know what I'm saying? Sick and tired of being sick and tired, working hard and still getting fired. Like,
man,
just real shit like that, man. It don't matter how hard you work your ass off and stuff, you just another number if you don't own your own shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't have equity.
You're just another part of the system.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, that's how you feed your family until you do something, find a way. You know what I'm saying? Until you find a way for yourself, you know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like there's hope and inspiration in that song for a person to find a way when they listen to it?
I don't believe in hope, but I do have a belief in general, you know what I'm saying? Like, I believe that I'm going to find a way. I believe, like, before I hit 40, things are going to be right for me, you know what I'm saying?
Come on, talk
like,
to
I
me.
believe, like, there's 12 months in a year, and I feel like January, I kind of feel like I took an L, but at the same time, like I said in the song, you know what I'm saying? You know, learning lessons about it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
True. Never ever took a loss, I just live and learn. That's one of the lines I say in there, too. So, I believe this year's going to be right.
Come on.
A lot of people be like, this year's going to be my year, this year's going to be right here. I just, you know, the older you get, as long as you're not just staying complacent, as long as you're still learning and just not staying in one place, you kind of do more and stuff like that. Something bound gonna be good to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's bound to happen. You know what I'm saying? So I just have a lot more belief along with, you know, being productive. Like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't stand there and just hope. You can't hope this happens. You can't hope this happens. I hope this check comes in, but that check ain't gonna come in unless you get up and work.
Come on, you gotta take action.
You gotta take action.
Come on.
You can't just talk. You can't just bark about it. You know what I'm saying? You can't complain about it.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. You need to do something about it.
Right.
Because, it's crazy. Some people just have no shame in their game, as in, like, there's people that be asking me for money and I don't even fucking know them.
Yeah,
you know what I do now? That video that we got, that shit that got hundreds and thousands of views and stuff, where I'm like, don't ask me for money, I don't know you.
Oh yeah.
You know what I do with people that actually ask me for money like that and stuff like that I don't really know and stuff? I literally send them that link.
At this point, the video is working for you.
It really is, because it's like, you gotta be hella bold to just ask a random person that you ain't never met in your life.
Yeah.
Some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? It's just wild, like, the times we in now, man.
Right.
There have been some people giving me their story and all that stuff, and it's just like, okay, okay. And then it's just like, yeah, so I was wondering if I can get, there we go, right
there. There it is.
There it is.
The sad story, and then there's always intention behind it.
Yeah, and don't get it twisted. I'm compassionate for people and stuff like that. But if I don't know you and all that stuff, don't ask me for money is definitely like, don't do that. Don't do that. Jackie, if you have something going on, I got it. I'm not going to loan it to you. I'm just going to give it to you.
Right.
You would not ask for it if you didn't need it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's just like people in my circle and stuff like that. But motherfucker, I don't know though. It's like, bro. And one more thing about that too. One thing my boy Rush was telling me about and stuff, because he always got some type of work for people and stuff. He always look out for his peoples and stuff like that. And we do a lot of business and stuff. I remember one of the things he really started doing, and how he built relationships with people too, where you can relate to it. I feel like maybe it's a Virgo thing sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Because we both Virgos, but it's like a lot of people. When people used to come to him like, man, I'm hurting here. I need money this. I need money that. One thing he always says and stuff like that, because he's not gonna just give you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Most people in general is not gonna just give you money and stuff like that. It's just like, hey, I can help you with this, but I need help with this though. You think you can just mow this lawn for me, or you think you can help me with this and stuff like that? Can you give me a ride over here? You feel me? Like, can you do something for me?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna figure it out.
Right.
How you gonna figure it out? I thought you did figure it out when you asked somebody for money. But the fact that you got to get off your lazy ass to do something, now all of a sudden it's a fucking challenge. Just saying.
That's sad, you know. And
how bad do you really want it, man?
How bad do you
It's the land of the free, man. How bad do you really want it? It's the land of opportunity, and definitely the land of second, third, fourth, and fifth chances. You feel me?
You get hella chances.
But you gotta learn from them though, because you're not gonna have a chance every time. So be lucky if you get more than one chance.
Right.
Because the first impression means everything.
Man, didn't you say that in one of your lyrics, one of your songs?
I probably did.
Right. I think it started off like that.
Oh, get to know me. Shout out to my nigga Scario on that one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
First impression means everything.
Yeah.
You only get one.
Exactly. So I like how these lyrics that you represent in your music are actually an embodiment of you, right? It's an embodiment of your character. So that means your morals are correct, because now everything that's in your music you actually stand by, which is rare.
Stand on business.
Stand on business. Well, Dose, we are about to close it out, right?
Oh, I know.
And it was good to know about your new album, right? To check out your songs, right? You got some heat, right?
Hell yeah.
You got some dope features.
Yeah.
You know, I can't wait till it drops. You clearly elaborated on what each song was about, right? So when people watch this interview, it give people a better perspective of the album before it even comes out. So, man,
I must be in my feelings.
Yeah. I definitely want to interview you again, and, you know, maybe on some different topics, right?
Hell yeah.
You know, because you're always good. It's always good having, talking to you, man. It's, like you said, it's very therapeutical. And like I said, I once again want to appreciate you for letting me listen to that whole album, because I was vibing to it, man.
Man, I really appreciate that too, because I've only played the album to like really a few people and stuff.
Yeah.
Mainly a lot of ladies though, because that's like, the ladies ain't feeling it, man. I don't know, man. I don't know.
The ladies gotta feel it.
They gotta feel it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I wanted to really cater to, but at the same time, though, it's catering for everybody to have a good time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this is one of those albums I really want the ladies to, like, you know, really, like, fuck with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, it just got that. Like I said, you can play this anywhere, and I feel like this is more music where I feel like everybody will like it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She pulled up on me. You know what I'm saying? Slow motion. Like,
slow motion. She pulled up on me. Nasty time.
You know, Miss a Dose of Me. Like,
come on, preach, baby boy.
Come home. You know what I'm saying?
Come home with Fly Bishop.
Star Power. That's going to be my next single, definitely. You know, shout out Bad Luck, the Killer City Kid on that one.
Come on, man.
And then also, like, it'll probably be out by then, but you know, I got a show out in Topeka, so Topeka, I'm about to come down there. Can't wait to see y'all down there. Shout out to DJ Rocky Montana. I'll be in the booth with him soon. Actually, this week. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully the weather ain't too bad. I'm gonna go postal. I'm gonna make it out there regardless to these spots, because I heard the weather's about to be bad, but you know, we in the middle of the map. It's whatever. You know what I'm saying?
It's whatever. Hey, look. No opportunity wasted, right?
Straight up.
That's the definition of now, you know, the abbreviation, the acronym, now, you know. Ain't no opportunity wasted. So we ain't wasting no opportunity. We got to get it by any means necessary.
Everybody has 24 hours in a day. How you using yours?
Damn, that's real. That's real. we're gonna close it out like that. Is there anything you would like to say to your fan base, to everybody that like supports you, everybody that has collaborated with you? Give them some final thoughts before we close out.
Man, I appreciate the last show I did recently was in December for the Mecca. You know, shout out Bump Jonas, Sprinkle Some Salt, Thorax, everybody that come out there and support the show. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the few events that pay artists and stuff like that. And the last one we did, at least the one I was on, I know that was one of the biggest payouts. So
Yeah.
that was really cool. And I just remember with that mug, like, I asked a lot of my fans and reached out to a lot of people, like, what songs I want to hear? Because this was a 10-minute set. And when you watch that mug on my throwback show that's now on YouTube, when you watch that mug, you can see the crowd just like, it's been a minute since I did a 10-minute set. And it's like, I've been doing a 10-minute set.
Ain't nothing new.
It was nothing new because I practiced, rehearsed. You know what I'm saying? I be calling myself the Batman of this game. You know what I'm saying? Because you give me the prep time, man. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. That's how I am in 2025. I'm getting it. If I got the prep time, I'm getting it. You feel me? So that's how I'm just moving right now. Especially like just another thing for a lot of artists out here and stuff, and just people in general. Like, it's cool to check out new places, places here and there and stuff like that. But always go where you're welcome. To me, that's the best thing about being a regular somewhere, because you're welcome there. You know what I mean? So that's all I want to say on that one. You know, go where you're welcome. I've been doing a lot more of that now, where it feels good. But it's also cool to go somewhere where you're uncomfortable too, but not like where your life's at risk. But you know, just somewhere where it's just like, okay, it's a different vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could throw 5 touchdowns and no picks in that game, but you still gave Patrick Mahomes a minute and a half on the time in the fourth quarter, so it really didn't matter.
Really didn't matter at all.
Just gotta learn from it.
All right.
Jeez.
That being said, man, we're going to close it out. Excellent work. Until next time.
Hell yeah, man. Appreciate y'all, man. All social media platforms, Dose of T.H.A. 816, man. Peace. The Son Assassin, a.k.a. Slicky C. Yeah.
Hey, good shit.
Appreciate that, man.
Hey, good
that felt
shit.
good.
It felt good.
Yeah.
How do you like the flow of the telephone?